please.
You received your flyer on your door today regarding a predator in your neighborhood at 4508 Laura Way. Well, let me give you a little background about, this is a little story about the princess, the predator, and the kingdom. The princess is Nona Washington, and the predator is Joe Washington. We lived at that address since the 70s at 4508 Laura Way. There are 4 girls, Naomi, Kathy, Lisa, who is I, and Carolyn. We were brought up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and we follow the rule of Jehovah's Witnesses. What has happened is that the congregation, the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, is promoting the predator, which is Joe Washington. He's been accused of molestation for many years. So I'm going to take you through what has happened. Like I said, there are 4 girls. 2 of us have kids, which is Carolyn Washington, who has a daughter. In the 80s, she had a babysitter for her daughter. Her name was Jenny. Joe Washington was taking Jenny home from babysitting one of Carolyn's children. And there, Joe Washington stuck his hand down Jenny's pants. Jenny's mother went to the elders, the congregation, and they didn't want to do anything about it, which I find very odd, you know, that because he's a predator, and that was a predator in the congregation. In the congregation, there's a lot of kids and there's families. And then come to find out, there were other sisters that were complaining on Joe Washington. Through the years, there was Samantha, there's Leah, Pandora, and like I said, Jenny, and many others early. What had happened was Kathy was a pioneer and Naomi was a pioneer, and that's when they dedicated their lives to go knocking on the doors and telling them about the good news of the kingdom. And what had happened was Kathy went astray a little bit. She went and got pregnant by a young man named Sherman. His family was studying to be a witness. My mother, the princess Nona Washington, made Kathy have an abortion. And when she did that, the elders came to the hospital and asked Kathy and talked to Kathy about it, but nothing was done to Nona. I thought we didn't believe in that, but apparently they condoned that. Then Kathy didn't marry Sherman because Sherman was really upset that this had happened, and he didn't understand why my mother would do such a thing. But through the years, then Kathy, when this happened to Kathy, Kathy got in trouble, but my father tried to touch Kathy, and Kathy had stated that years later. But the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses didn't do anything about it when they were approached. Kathy's friend Leah, who is a pioneer, her and Kathy were in the garage one time, and he had touched Leah's breast, or tried to touch Leah's breast. And the elders didn't do anything about it when Leah went to them. Kathy continued to bring some sisters over there, and so did Naomi Washington, because she was a pioneer at the time too. So Naomi, when after that Leah thing, there was Samantha. Samantha babysat my son, my oldest son. And when she brought him home one day, because I had lived at the residence for maybe like a year, no more than a year, in the mid-90s. When she had brought him home, he had grabbed her at the door, and when Samantha said she didn't welcome that kind of reception from him, because he was grabbing and trying to touch her. When she went to the elders, they said, you know how you sisters want that kind of stuff, or you like that kind of stuff, which is not true. As you see through the years that this predator has been amongst us, he's even touched the girl next door, Deborah. Everybody knew about it at school, and when I was told, I came home and told my mother, and she had stated that she had talked to him about it. Because just as she knew about Jenny, the first instant when he stuck his hand down her pants, he said that him and another elder were talking about having sex with little 13-year-olds, which I think is totally gross and inappropriate.